Hey guys, so I want to talk to you today about creating your own success and making your wildest dreams and plans come true. So I have two quotes that I want to start off with that I really like for this topic, and the first one is by Jeff Olson from The Slight Edge. I talk about this book all the time. I just finished it and it is just absolutely amazing. If you apply the principles in this book, I promise you it is a life changer. So pick it up. I have the free download audio if you want it. If you're like me and you like the more tangible physical copy, I got mine on Amazon for $8, used and in great condition. So hit me up and I'll give you the audio or check out Amazon. But I encourage you to read this book. Now, the first quote, which is by Jeff, says, "Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal." And I love that because it really is true. Like, we all know our thoughts shape our reality, right? So if you have a positive thinking, then you're going to have a positive reality. Things still come up, but you're going to probably take it more in stride, a lot easier. If you have a negative thought and a negative outlook, you're going to have a negative reality. Napoleon Hill breaks it down a little further. Or no, first I wanted to say, I'm sorry, that I guess the whole thing behind that is success is what? Any success can be anything. Like, to me, it's being content with my life or being happy and knowing that I'm raising my kids the best that I can. That's success. Seeing those, whatever it is that I want and I desire, seeing that come true. And Jeff says success is the progressive realization of those worthy ideas. Whatever's in your head that you want for your life, success is progressively over time seeing those become a reality. So then Napoleon Hill breaks it down a little further by saying, first comes the thought, then comes the organization of that thought into plans and ideas, then the transformation of those plans into reality. The beginning, if you will observe, is all in your imagination. And I really, really like that because he breaks it down more simple. Like, he shows you the whole process. It's not just what's in your thought. He shows you how to make that become reality. You have to organize it into plans and ideas. Now, where do we start? Where do we start with organizing our dreams and our visions, right? That can be a daunting task to sit down and write that. Well, the first place that any successful person will tell you to start is by writing down your goals. Write them down as often as you can. It's something you can do daily, weekly, monthly. I wouldn't say yearly because that'd just be silly. It's definitely a good thing to have a yearly goal. I have yearly goals, I have 5-year goals, I have monthly goals, daily goals, but writing it down once a year probably won't do you much good. Now, if you don't have a goal or something you're shooting for, it's kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping you hit a plate, or I don't know, throwing a dart without a target. Or let's say I'm going to make this great dinner for my family. I'm going to pull out all these different ingredients. Probably a lot of these veggies or seasonings or meats or whatever don't even go together. I might have more than one starch. It's not going to be great. I'm going to throw it together and I'm going to think it's going to be amazing, and it's not going to turn out great at all. It's probably just going to be a bunch of whatever and have a really weird taste, and they're probably going to think I can't cook. So that's kind of it. Like, you don't have an idea of the bigger picture. A goal is that bigger picture that you want, something that you're shooting for. So it's so important to have a goal or something that you know. That way you can make those individual plans that will tie into that goal. And there are many, many different approaches to goal setting, but there are 3 factors that every person that sets goals uses, and that's writing it down and making it specific and vivid. Let's say your goal is to be debt-free. What does that look like to you? How much money would you need to be debt-free, and what does that feel like to you? Like, how does it feel to go from having all these debt collectors calling you, bugging you all the time, to silence and peace, and the only person that calls your phone is maybe your family or the occasional telemarketer? Like, how would that feel? Make it vivid and specific. And then set a deadline. Not setting a deadline is like living in someday land, where someday you're gonna do the actions that you need, because there's no real urgency. You don't have anything. Setting a deadline is like saying, hey, I've got to get this done by, or I want to write this paper, my deadline is this date, so I need to get my butt moving because time's running out, right? So you must set a deadline. Number 2, look at it every single day. Keep it in your awareness. Surround yourself with it and keep your brain focused on your goals. Your brain is by far the most complex and powerful thing in the world. More complex and powerful than the biggest computer. And your subconscious is your biggest distraction. Why? Because it's like an elephant and it remembers everything it hears, everything that's been played into it. It will remember all those habits. So a lifetime of habits, or like, you ever wonder how you get in your car and just end up somewhere? You're just going on autopilot, right? You didn't even remember driving there. Or you get home and you have all these things you want to do, and next thing you know, you're on the couch. And you're like, what? I had all these things I want to do. You're going on autopilot, and your subconscious will do that without you even realizing it. So keeping those goals in your head and in front of you all the time, that's your subconscious is going to take that on after a few days or after a while, and it's going to begin to write new habits and write a new autopilot for itself, and you'll see that take on. And it never ceases to blow my mind when it happens, but I promise you it does. What you feed into your subconscious is what will play on autopilot. So surround yourself with messages that tell you that your dreams are real. Your dreams are real. Your dreams are real. Not only are they real, and not only are they possible, but they're inevitable. Number 3, start with a plan. This is where I think most people fall off, because too often we think we need this perfect plan, right? We think, if only we could find this perfect plan, then we can do the actions to get there. Or, oh, I'm still kind of developing my little system, so I can't really do anything right now because I got a plan. I got to figure this out. I got to get the perfect plan. Let it go. Just let it go. And this is something that I struggled with a lot because I have OCD tendencies. I kind of want to have everything laid out for me before I make the move, right? I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I am. And it's something that I learned that's just crazy. Like, the point is not to come up with the perfect plan. Why? Because that plan will not get you from A to B. No one has that precise or that accuracy, that whatever. Like, no one can figure out the perfect plan right off the gate. It doesn't happen. It happens by trial and error, by you figuring out things that work for you, and then over time you might go back and you might tweak your plan. You might add some things or change it up a bit, but it's never going to be perfect because there is no such thing as a perfect plan. By definition, it's impossible because a plan is not guaranteed to get you to your success. A plan is just the jumping off point. Life is going to happen. Your day-to-day is not going to go exactly as planned, but you will at least have a jumping off point. The days that I plan, or when I plan my week and things come up, my everyday does not go. Matter of fact, it pretty much never goes according to my plan. But when I get that second to sit down, or, I'm like, okay, I know I wanted to get this done, so I'm going to work on this real fast. Which one was more urgent? Let me get this done. I have a jumping off point. Versus the days or the weeks where I don't plan, like that Sunday, if I don't plan, my rest of the week, when I get a free second, I've got no idea what I want to do. I've got no idea what I want to post for that day or who I want to talk to and invite, or I've got no idea what I want to do. So I'm more likely to go lay on the couch during those free minutes instead of being productive and making my time count. So you must have a plan. So those are my tips. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to show you. I don't know if it will hone in on this, but yeah. Okay, that's a little better. This is just one of the pages out of my notebook. I have a section designated to writing down my goals, and every day I write that down. Every morning I write it down. Sometimes it doesn't happen every morning, and then I try to do it, in my free, at night maybe, but I try to do it in the morning so I start my day off thinking about my goals. But I have goals for my career, goals for my health. My plan to start is next. And then I have one simple daily discipline. So the first one, I have my goals for my health. Well, my one simple daily discipline is going to be working out 20 minutes, because my goal is to be more consistent in my workouts. So I'm going to say my plan to start, my one simple daily discipline is to work out for 20 minutes every day. That will help me be more consistent, which will tie into my ultimate goal of tightening up this extra skin that I have, or feeling better, feeling confident in a bikini. So I hope that helps in setting yourself up for success, because goals and planning is so important. If you don't have something to shoot for and you don't have a plan, you're more than likely going to stay right where you are. And I really want to help you become the best version of you that you can be, and I want to help you see your dreams come true. So hit me up if you have any questions, or comment below. I also have some free resources for planners and stuff. If you want, just shoot me a message, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.